story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, and now I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you.
We met February 25th, 1963.
And Val had gotten home from his mission in November and was my sophomore year at BYU. I was on a committee for international students, and I was in charge of putting firesides together.
I belonged to a group called the Kiora Club. We'd go out to high schools and do the dances. I got into it before my mission. We toured all of the United States and put on shows. The year after I was a freshman and just before I went on my mission.
I had known this girl who was quite associated with the Kiora Club, which was the New Zealand club. And I called Linda. Two guys came, one in costume, and he was as white as they could be. He was tall and was Dad's roommate. And Val came in a suit. And I was standing at the back door looking out the door, and he walked through the door, and I thought to myself, that guy looks like he'd be a very stable, strong person with testimony of the gospel that I think he seemed nice.
I didn't have the priesthood in my home when I was growing up. When I got married, I wanted to marry a man who held the priesthood and honored his priesthood and loved the Lord. That was the most important thing to me. Time went on, I don't know, a few days or what, but I was in the library and he was there, and he came up to me and said, "Hi again, do you remember me?" Blah, 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 blah. And we talked again some more, and he got my phone number. He went back to who he was sitting with, a former missionary companion who he was sitting with at the table.
And I went back to him and said, "I just met the girl I'm going to marry."
He called me up, we got to talking, my background and his background and so forth on the phone. So he asked us to go out, and we went to, the prison had these things once a year called Felon Follies. It was a variety show put on by the prisoners at the prison. We double dated and we drove out to the prison. It was sold out. It was really popular. We didn't do that, so we went to a movie, and I remember he taking my hand. I liked that, but it kind of scared me. We did a lot of stuff, dated and so forth, and he said one day, "Nancy, I like you. I really like you." And I wasn't sure. I mean, I liked him, but I didn't know if I liked him that much. We were engaged 3 weeks after we met. On Temple Square, there was a statue of Joseph and Hiram Smith.
There was a bench you could sit on and look at Joseph and Hiram. And we sat there.
And that's when he asked me to marry him.
And I put the ring on her finger then.
We were married on Friday, September 6th, in 1963, and we were married in the Los Angeles Temple. And that evening we had our reception. It was really beautiful, and we held it in the courtyard of the La Cañada Chapel. We went to Lake Arrowhead and the San Bernardino Mountains. It was beautiful. And they gave us the loveliest room and had a view. I really wanted a view of the lake. And then they gave it to us. And then we never opened the curtains.
Never opened the curtains, never looked at the lake.
Happiness is being married to Val. This was our first year of marriage. Happiness is finding a letter in the mailbox. Happiness is getting an A on your third motivation test. Happiness is having a full or nearly full tank of gas. Happiness is finding that the dishcloth isn't sour after all. Happiness is having a spud nut together at the spud nut shop. Happiness is finally having a rug on the living room floor. Happiness is balancing the checkbook and finding we had extra money in the bank we didn't know anything about. Happiness is having the car start on the first turnover. Happiness is being married to Val, not only for time, but for all eternity. I love you, honey.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful